Well, welcome back everybody to a Wednesday edition yoga slash strength training. Today's going to be all about upper body. We're going to jump right into it and get Susie right on and get right into the workout today. But real quickly, we have Ironman champion Heather Jackson on for a live Q&A on Friday. Definitely tune back in for that. That is going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't, if you don't know much about Heather, do a quick Google search. She is a lot of fun. She's been a Wahoo athlete for a long time now, and has a lot of results to kind of back up her name, as well as just a great personality and always challenging yourself to take on new things. So queue up those questions. Join us on Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and right here on YouTube and on Facebook for a live Q&A with Coach Neil and Heather Jackson. If you're not currently a subscriber, the information is down in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. If you are, you can check out the workout link there as well to do this workout later, or just come back to this YouTube video and follow along with Coach Susie. All right, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Coach Susie now. Thanks for joining, everybody. Hey, Susie.
Good morning. How are you, Matt?
Good morning. Apparently my phone, Siri, wants to come up every time I say your name. So I don't know how that works, but I hope you're well. We'll go ahead and jump right into the workout today.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thanks. Catch up with you in a bit.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Like Matt said, this is going to be an upper body focused workout. It's also going to be very heavy on core, which involves, your abs, your hips, glutes, and a little hamstring. So there will be some leg exercises. So you might think, this is a leg exercise. I thought this was an upper body routine. So that is true. It's everything from shoulders to knees, essentially, is what we really define core in the strength and conditioning world. So get your mat ready, get your 1 water bottle full of water. This is going to be about a 30-minute workout. We're going to also, a lot of these exercises are going to be very balance and stability focused. So I'm doing this workout without shoes today. I want to really feel the ground and really kind of work my feet a little bit more on those exercises. So you can do that if you'd like. And we're going to cut the dynamic warm up a little bit shorter because our first few exercises of this workout are fairly warm up type stuff. So we'll get right into it. You guys ready? Okay, I'm going to start with a standing hip drive with arms overhead. So it's just like the kneeling forward back hip drive that we were doing in the last couple workouts. This time it's done standing. So we're going to lunge and bring the arm up overhead. So it's a short lunge. You're not trying to go low. You're just driving your hips forward and pulling your arms up overhead. We're going to do 15 seconds on each side. Okay, we ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Five more seconds. 2, 1, and rest. We're going to take about 10 seconds between each exercise today. So we're going to switch sides. Now I'm stepping with the right leg. Ready, go. Just press your hips forward. Keep your back leg in place. Just getting a little stretch to the front of that back hip. And rest. Okay, now we're going kneeling side to side. So I'm going to fold up my mat to get a little cushion under my knee. And I'm going to start with my right leg forward, my left knee down. So that means we are pushing the hips to the left. So arms are overhead, front leg, weight in your heel, foot flat on the floor, and arms up overhead. Really squeeze that left glute so your hips stay extended. And someone wants to work out with me. Go on, buddy. Go. Go. All right, 15 seconds, side to side. Ready, go. So this is going to give you a little stretch over that left hip, kind of coming up the lateral hip into the oblique. And rest, switch sides. Left leg forward, pushing the hip out to the right. Ready, go. Two, one, and rest. All right, we're going to a push-up position now. We're going to do a high plank with a pigeon pose march, essentially. So we're going to start in a high plank. We're going to pull the knee forward. We're going to alternate legs, pulling one knee forward so that your knee is behind your hand and your foot is behind your other wrist. Move back so you guys can see me. All right, so you're going to pull the knee forward, press your hips down to the mat, bring that foot back to push-up position, and then pull the other knee up, press your hip down, and then switch again. Okay, so we're going to do this for 30 seconds. Ready? Starting in push-up position, and go. So it's knee up, drive the hips down. So we're just pressing the hips down as far as your mobility and flexibility allow. If you're less flexible, you might need to keep your foot back closer to your hip. So that puts less stress on your hip mobility. If you're more flexible, you can try and get your shin more parallel with the front of your mat. Okay, rest. All right. We're going to do a high plank. This is our first real exercise now. We're going high plank with opposite arm and leg lift. So this is a pretty tough one. If doing a plank alone is challenging for you, just stick to the plank and just hold the plank for 30 seconds. If you're pretty good with a plank and you want to try a harder version, you can do just the arm or just the leg lift. If you want to go full on, you can do the arm and leg lift. So this is what it looks like. You're in a plank position, feet are wide so that you have better stability. It also might help to bring your hands in a little bit closer under your chest. So you're going to hold, keep opposite arm and leg on the ground and lift opposite arm and leg at the same time. So the goal is to keep your hips and shoulders both level and not shift side to side like a teeter-totter. So choose a level that's best for you. If you can even start with the hardest version, and as you fatigue and start to rock, you can go down and keep your hands on the floor and just lift your ankles, or vice versa, or you can just hold the plank. If a standard plank even is too challenging for you, just go knees down plank. So you're holding, you're extending your hips towards the floor and just holding your plank position, but with your knees and hands. Okay, so we're gonna do this for 30 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. So when you lift, you don't have to lift high. You're not trying to get your arm all the way up over your head. You can if this feels easy for you, but you can just lift an inch or two off the floor. Really press your toes into the floor, squeeze your belly button up, and relax. Okay, 10 seconds off. We're going to do that one more time. This is a good warm up. Okay, ready? 2, 1, go. So remember, just because your abs are engaged, you're not holding your breath. Keep pulling your belly button to your spine to keep strong through your middle, but keep breathing too. And rest. Good job. Those are hard. Okay, we're going to go onto our back for a single leg hip bridge. We're going to do reps for 30 seconds. So I'm going to turn sideways. So we're going to do it with the arms up in the air, which is harder than keeping our hands down on the floor like we've done in previous workouts. So the full version, one leg is up. You're driving your heel of the working leg into the floor. Your hands are up over your chest. You're going to squeeze your glute to lift your hips as high as you can. We're going to do reps for 30 seconds. If that's too difficult for you, just bring your hands down to the floor. And if that's too difficult to do with one leg, bring the foot down to the floor and do a double leg glute bridge. Okay, 30 seconds. Ready, and go. So this is a controlled motion. You're not going fast. I'm going to squeeze to lift, pause for a second, and then lower back down. Two, one, rest. 10 seconds off and then switch sides. Okay, ready? 2, 1, go. Make sure you're keeping your abs engaged still so you're not pressing with your low back muscles. A lot of times your back will want to take over when your glutes are fatigued or not firing correctly. So really focus on that glute. Make sure you feel it working. 2, 1, rest. All right, flip back over. We're going to do high plank again with opposite arm and leg lift. So throughout this workout, we're going to do this flip-flop or superset type of setup a lot. So we're going to do an exercise, do something else, then go back and repeat an exercise again. It's called supersetting. So push-up position, 30 seconds. By now you know what level is appropriate for you. So do whatever suits you. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Try and keep your hips rotated under so your back's not arched, and your butt's not sticking up in here. 5 seconds. Rest. 10 seconds off, and then we'll do it again. Three, 2, 1, go. Keep breathing. 10 more seconds. and rest. All right, just take a knee. We're gonna stay on the floor for push-ups. Our first set of push-ups, we're gonna start with narrow grip. So we're gonna do 2 sets of 15 seconds. Narrow grip being hands just chest width, so that you're lowering your body down just in between your hands. Your elbows are pointing backwards or up to the ceiling, so that as you lower, your elbows aren't flaring out to the sides. You want to kind of turn the inside your elbow towards your body or even forward, and that'll keep your elbows in the right direction. So for the full version, on your toes, feet together, legs straight, belly button up to spine. So you're starting with a good plank position. Lower down as low as you can, and then press back up. For a little bit easier, drop your knees down to the floor, but keep your hips forward. So press your hips towards the floor, lower your chest down, and then back up. And just go at your own pace. It's only 15 seconds per set, so it's not going to be a lot of reps before you get a rest. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. And rest. 10 seconds off, we're going to do it again. Deep breath. 3, 2, 1, go. Really squeeze your elbows in to your body. As you get tired, they're going to want to flare out. And rest. Good. Give your arms a shake for a second. We're going to give the arms a break and work the glutes. So you're going to be kneeling, quadruped position. Actually, I'll turn so you can see this way. You're on all fours, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. You're going to keep your hands where they are. Engage your abs so your back is flat. Just take one leg, press your heel straight back, and then pull it back and repeat on the other side. So I want you to pull your toes up towards your shin and press your heel back like you're trying to push the wall away from you on each side so that your back stays flat and you're just using your glute to extend the leg. Okay, we're going to do 30 seconds, alternating sides. 2, 1, go. So just breathe normally. Keep your abs in that isometric, stable position. You should feel your glute work as you push your heel back. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, now we're going to wide hand push-ups. So just the opposite of narrow. You're going to go a little bit wider than normal. I would normally put my hands just a bit wider than my chest. For wide, I'm going to go even wider, about shoulder width. So your range of motion might be a little bit less. Just based on shoulder mobility, you may not be able to get your chest all the way to the floor, which is fine. It's just going to work a different angle of the muscle of the pecs. So we're going to do this one for 30 seconds. So get your hands set. Again, toes or knees, up to you. I'm going to try toes. Ready, and go. Five more seconds. And rest. Whew, good work. double those narrow push-ups. Okay, we're gonna do push-ups again, so shake out those arms. But this time we're gonna add a rotation. So your shoulders are the only thing rotating. Your hips aren't gonna fully rotate over. So we'll do a push-up, and then you can have your feet about shoulder width again. So you're gonna do a push-up, and then lift the hand off the floor and rotate your body to one side. Bring your hand back down, do a push-up, and rotate the other way. So I want you to think about keeping your shoulders and hips in sync and rotating together. So you're not starting with your shoulders and then your hips follow, or vice versa. So really try and lock in your core and move as a unit. Just go as slow or fast as you're comfortable. You can do these with your knees down. You can do the push-up with your knees down, and then just bring your, do the push-up with the knees down, and then lift your knees to rotate, and then drop your knees to do the push-up again. Okay? So we're gonna do this one for 30 seconds. Ready? 2, 1, and go. For the push-up, your hands can be whatever width is comfortable for you. I like to be about shoulder width, and my elbows sort of point back at 45 degrees instead of real wide or narrow. Just right in between. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we're gonna work the legs now for a second. So stand on up. Okay, this is gonna be a single leg squat with hip and shoulder rotation. This one can be a little tricky, so watch before you try it. This is very balance and stability focused. So if you lose your balance, just put your foot down, regain your balance, and start over. You're gonna get in a single leg squat first. So hips about, just sinking your hips low enough to load your glute and hamstring, and keep your knee pointing straight forward. Remember, using your glute to keep your knee pulled out in line with your hip, so it's not diving in towards the center of your body. So knee stability is important here. You're gonna keep your hands kind of in line with your shoulders. You're gonna hold this position with the leg and just rotate your hips and shoulders open to the side, and then come back. So for balance, it's gonna be best to keep your eyes straight forward, maybe on the floor about 5 feet in front of you. And because if your eyes follow your shoulders when you rotate, you're gonna lose your balance a lot easier. So if you wanna make it, if that's too challenging, you wanna make it a little bit easier, you can just bring your toe back to the floor between reps to steady yourself, or you can also just not rotate. You can rotate about half range of motion rather than trying to go as far as you possibly can. So find your, your middle ground there. So we're gonna do 30 seconds on each side, starting with my left leg down. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. So I want you to really think about driving your heel into the floor on the standing leg and keeping your hips level. So when you come, back to center, you're not letting your foot that's up drop. You're not letting that hip collapse and the left hip shoot out, right? Keeping your hips level. And rest. Switch legs. Okay. Find your balance on your right leg. And go. Rotate. Oh, Lost my balance. Remember, the idea is to work that glute, that whole lower leg. The rotation is really just kind of throwing off your center of gravity. So, and rest. Shake it out. We're going to go to a lateral lunge. So grab your bottle. We're going to do the overhead press with it. So we've done these the last few weeks. I'm gonna step with my right leg first. So have the bottle in the left hand. You're gonna lunge out, sink down, bring the bottle towards that right foot. And as you drive up, drive the knee up and press the bottle overhead. If you go too slow, it's actually harder to balance. So you want a little bit of momentum to drive the knee up, and that helps with your balance. So remember, step out just far enough that your heel is on the floor. So you're not putting all the weight in your toes, because that's gonna really activate your quads. And we wanna use our glutes, okay? So 30 seconds on one side, and then we'll switch. In 3, 2, 1, go. Really pull that knee up high in front of your body. Working the hip flexors. The glute on that left leg that's supporting you is contracted in that standing position for stability. 2, 1, and rest. Switch sides. So left leg steps. Ready, and go. Keep that belly button into your spine. Nice proud chest. Good posture. Don't reach for the floor with your chest. Just reach with the hand. Folding your chest down to get lower doesn't really do anything except strain your back. Okay, rest. Okay, going back to push-ups with a rotation. So if you need your mat for under the knees, grab it. I'm gonna go on the toes again. This is gonna be 30 seconds. So find your position. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good job of trying to squeeze that last one in there. Back up, grab your bottle again for lateral lunges. Maybe take a sip of water from that bottle. You guys got it easy. You don't have to talk through this whole thing. I'm getting out of breath over here. Okay, I'm gonna step with the right leg first again. So bottle's in the left hand. 30 seconds. Ready, and go. Sink that hip down as low as you can, keeping that knee stable and your chest forward. 5 more seconds. Really push from that glute, rest to drive yourself back up. Switch Put the bottle in your right hand, stepping with left leg. Ready? 2, 1, go. Again, for balance, you can keep your eyes just about 5 feet in front of you, so that as you drive the knee up and you're standing on one leg, your balance is better. Three, two, one more rep and rest. Good job. We are halfway through this workout. Take a quick drink. We're going to do our last set of push-ups. They're going to be with rotation again for 30 seconds. Okay, deep breath. Okay, remember, as you fatigue, modify as you need so you keep really good posture and core stability. I'll turn this way this time so you can see my body position real flat back. If you start to lose range of motion in depth, how low you can get, or your back starts arching and your butt sticking up, drop your knees down to the floor and maintain that range of motion and core stability so that you're still doing really good quality reps, okay? We care more about quality over quantity, right? Okay, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Last set of push-ups. Strong arms, strong core. Take your time. Make them good. Keep breathing. Two, one, and rest. Whew. Good work. Okay, grab your mat. We're gonna lie on our backs for a core exercise called full twist. So, you're gonna lie on your back. I'm gonna go this way so you can see my legs. It's kind of like a windmill motion. You're gonna bring your feet up above your hips. So draw that belly button in so your low back is flat down to the floor. You can keep your arms out and press your hands down into the floor for stability. You wanna keep your shoulders on the floor. So we're gonna bring our legs to the side as far as you can, maintaining the ability to pull them back up. So the stronger you are and more mobile and flexible through the shoulders and back, the lower you can bring your feet. But if your shoulders are really coming high off the floor as you bring your feet down, then I want you to shorten up the range of motion and keep it short. Okay, we're gonna do 30 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and go. So keep your belly button pulled in so that your transverse abdominis is holding that isometric contraction, and your obliques are working to pull your feet and legs back up from the side. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna do that again. So stay where you are. We're just gonna rest. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. Try and squeeze your feet together so you're not letting them come apart, you're not letting your knees bend. Five more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, next up is a side plank. So if you need your mat under the elbow, and get that situated. Actually, we're gonna go high side plank. So on my hand, and you're gonna take the full version is a toe tap, bring your foot forward and back. Okay, so your bottom leg is supporting you. Bottom leg and your hand are supporting you. You're gonna take your top foot, bring it forward, tap your toe to the floor, and then pull it back and tap your toe behind your foot. If you want to make it easier, still doing the top leg motion, just drop your inside knee. So you're supporting yourself on the knee, and then go forward and back with the hip or with the foot on the other side. Okay, 30 seconds here. Ready. Actually, 15 seconds each side, sorry. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. So take your time. Want to really keep your hips forward, glutes tight. 2, 1, rest. I'm gonna switch sides. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. Use that bottom oblique to keep your hips lifted. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, now we're going forearm side plank with reach underneath. So on the elbow, your feet are stacked. You're going to take your top arm. Once you're in side plank here, take your top arm, rotate your shoulders and reach underneath, and then come back up. Okay, so if just the side plank is enough for you, just hold that. If you want to try increasing the difficulty, do that rotation. Just rotate as far as you can keep good stability and range of motion. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. This is 30 seconds, guys. I think I forgot to tell you on that one. 2, 1, and rest. Switch sides. Okay, ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds again here. Good shoulder stability. Make sure you're keeping that strong shoulder. Almost done. And rest. Good job. Okay. We're going to do half twists. So very similar to the full twist we just did, but you're shortening the range of motion with your legs. So it's going to be a little bit more oblique specific. We're going to do 30 seconds here. Okay, so when you drop your legs, just go far enough that you feel the lever, the lever increase the difficulty to maintain stability with your obliques, and then pull it back up. Okay, so 30 seconds, 2, 1, go. Keep squeezing your feet together, heels together, belly button to spine. Ten seconds. 2, 1, rest. All right. We're going back to, we're going to shorten it up here. We're going to do, we'll finish with one set of single leg hip bridge with rotation. This is a tough one, so we're going to finish with the tough one. We'll go, I'll turn this way so you can, I think you can see better from this angle. So you're doing a hip extension with one leg. So just like the single leg hip bridge we did earlier. So you're going to lift your hips. Now hold your hips up. Take your free leg, drop it down towards the floor, and then pull it back up. So we're going to do reps for 30 seconds. So it's an isometric hip bridge with the leg that's keeping your hips lifted, and then the free leg is doing reps of dropping down to the floor, but your hips never lower down to the floor. They stay up all the time. So this is real heavy on the glute, the one glute, okay? Just do the best you can. 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Now lift and hold and keep the hands down on the floor for stability. If you want to make it harder, you can bring them up. That's going to make it a lot harder. My hamstring cramps when I lift my hands. We got 5 more seconds. And rest. I'm going to switch sides. 3, 2, 1, and go. Lift and drop. So this is called hip bridge with rotation because your free leg here is doing hip external rotation. Stay strong with that right glute, keeping your hips up. 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, flip on over. Maybe just sit in a pigeon pose here. Stretch out that glute, and we'll throw it back to Matt because we've run out of time. I think all the instruction and talking you guys through it takes up a little extra time. So if you do this workout in the app, it's 30 minutes, and it just rolls a lot faster because they're instructing you on those 10-second reps of what's coming next. So give it a go on your own and see what you think.
Yeah, thanks, Susie. I appreciate that. Thanks everybody for joining today. Another great workout. This one actually looked like it was a little harder than maybe we thought it was going to be, for sure. I was kind of wishing I was doing it with you guys. But thanks, Susie. We'll catch up with you next week.
Yep, I'll be here, ready.
All right, take care. All right, everybody. Thanks again for joining. Go ahead and finish out your workout with pigeon pose today, and then obviously check out the link down in the description below to kind of see the rest of the workout. There's not a whole lot left in this one, but for time's sake, we will cut this one a little short. The final thing I want to say is just a reminder, Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern, we have a live Q&A with Ironman athlete Heather Jackson. Coach Neil will be talking with her just about her accomplishments, what she hopes to do for 2020. And then obviously we'll be taking questions from you, the viewer. So get those questions ready. You can put them in the comments in both Facebook and in YouTube, and we'll get those questions over to her live on Friday. So thanks again for joining, and we will catch you guys on Friday. Take care.